So, probably one of my biggest weaknesses dating guys is that I always take on the role of the fixer, or I am placed in the role of fixer. As you watched in my last video of gay relationship struggles, I talked about how the majority of the gay community is in this collective state of brokenness, whether they're aware of it or not, and unfortunately that collective state of brokenness takes on multiple different forms. For me, while I think I have repaired myself from all of the bullying and stuff that I've experienced, I'm always very focused on helping other people in their own struggles too, and that has proven very difficult for me because that has become, in a way, my only worth to people. I've noticed that I'm often very attracted to guys who have had difficult lives, guys who are emotionally distant, guys who are not always available, and that has caused a significant amount of depression for me because they'll come to me and they'll need me when it's convenient for their emotions or when it's convenient in other ways. And then suddenly, if I am in need of anything, or if I need emotional support or anything, they're nowhere to be seen. And I know you guys are probably going to be like, oh, well, this happens in straight relationships too. But you know what? This happens more frequently in gay relationships because our community is so small and because there is a lot more brokenness in our community. I'm just going to be completely honest. And over time, I've had to kind of reorient myself and be like, okay, I cannot be attracted to guys who are emotionally unavailable or who have gone through trauma, who can't learn to fix things themselves first. Because it'll always end up with me being hurt in the end, or me feeling neglected or ignored, or me being completely ditched in the end. That is probably the primary difficulty I've had with any guy, and I don't think it's helpful knowing that because I am as stable as I am now, because I have, I'm just going to say, gotten my shit together, and have overcome a lot of the bullying and trauma that I've experienced, that is very attractive to people, and I think that's one reason why I attract men now. I never used to be able to attract guys when I was younger because I never was really confident in the person that I am. But now that I am, I feel like a freaking DMV office. Like, take a number and sit down sometimes. And, I mean, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but almost all of these people, over the course of the past few years, have been attracted to me because of that type of mental and emotional stability. And I've kind of viewed that as being my only worth over the years, which has caused a lot of problems. Sometimes to this day, despite how much work I've put into being aware of that attraction I have to people who do need help, I still find myself messing up and being attracted to those types. So, I guess my ultimate word of advice to other gay men out there who are dating, and of course people dating as a whole, don't take on the role of the fixer, because it's never going to fix the relationship. It's never going to fix that person's trauma, and it's never going to fix the insecurities you have in yourself. Before anything can ever be fixed, the person who needs the fixing needs to realize that they themselves have to take those first steps in fixing themselves before a relationship can flourish. It's kind of along lines of, if you remember that cliche, like, you have to love yourself before you love someone else. That's kind of along the same lines as that cliche, except it's a little bit more elaborate than that. It strictly has to do with what we've gone through, what our emotional state is, and how we handle the trauma that we've experienced, how we handle the negative relationships that we've had over time. That defines how we function in future relationships. And I've just come to realize that as much as my giving nature and my empathy is amazing, I cannot always use it to fix people and create relationships, because my bias gets in the way, and that becomes my only worth to many of these people, because that's what they're wanting to grasp onto. Anyway, thank you guys for taking the time to watch. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. If you've been following my ongoing battle with YouTube and the partnership program situation, please check out the hashtag #SmallChannelsBigVoices playlist, which you will find in my outro portion of the video. So, thank you guys again, and I will see you guys soon.